Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone over there in Facebook land and YouTube and Zoom land. Thanks for joining us tonight. I know it's been a lot of screen time for everyone, but hope we bring you a nice spooky science show from Shabu Space and Science Center. We're thrilled to be here and in your homes tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate, I want to take a time and send appreciations to just everyone that's out there right now and have been supporting us during this really crazy time of being temporarily closed. And we're really gearing up for a really awesome grand reopening for you in June 2021. So hold on tight. And to the supporters and members and donors and partners and all the persistent developing of our team in all sorts of ways to engage your curiosity, expand your universe, and, you know, through this new online thing, we're working tirelessly on activities, events, and videos. Tonight, I want to introduce to this spooky show one of my colleagues, Olivia. Hey, Olivia, tell us about the program tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia. We're thrilled to be here tonight. We have a really exciting program with tons of exciting science demos, like live vacuum chamber marshmallow monsters in blue bubbles led by our GPs, which are our Galaxy Explorers. We'll learn how to make our own Halloween candy and a fun drink called the Medusa. And we'll even hear how to make static electric ghosts with our partner Scientific Adventures for Girls. Science is so fun. It's scary. Let's get going.
Science can be scary, and it's also fun, definitely. One of the fun things over here at Chabot, and that aren't scary, is our Galaxy Explorers. You may have seen them throughout the center in their blue shirts, doing science demos and all kinds of different stuff around here. I'm sure you've met a bunch of them before. The Galaxy Explorer program provides high school students with an opportunity for hands-on fun, community service work, while giving them a chance to develop their skills, increase their STEM knowledge, and enhance public speaking. Who is scared of public speaking? Me, kind of. It's nice that you're all at your homes and not in front of me. The program is a year-round commitment, and the Galaxy Explorers are required to participate in a minimum of 8 hours each month to enrich their knowledge. For more information on this Galaxy Explorer program, visit chabotspace.org. Now, let's start off this show with a video from our awesome Galaxy Explorers. Here you go. See you soon.
Today we're going to be doing some experiments with our vacuum chamber.
First, we have this lovely balloon and this vacuum chamber.
A vacuum chamber is a container that keeps all outside air from getting in. When we place our balloon inside the chamber, what do you think is going to happen? As you can see, the balloon is expanding. Now, why is that?
As we're pulling air out of the chamber, there's less air pressure on the balloon, which is allowing the air inside the balloon to expand.
When we release the vacuum, as you can see, letting air back in causes the balloon to shrink.
Air pressure is back to normal and air particles on the outside push in on the balloon, causing it to revert back to its normal size. We can do the exact same experiment with other objects as well. For example, shaving cream. Now, when we place the shaving cream inside the vacuum chamber, what do you think is going to happen? As you can see, it also starts to expand. This is because the exact same thing is happening. The air inside of the cream is pushing outward while the air from the outside is being pulled out. And how does this relate to space, you may ask? Well, space is a vacuum, and that's why astronauts have to wear spacesuits. If they didn't, the internal pressure would cause their bodies to explode. And just like the balloon, when we add air back in, the shaving cream shrinks.
And finally, we have our marshmallows. When we add our marshmallows into the vacuum chamber and we pull outside air from the vacuum chamber, what do you think is going to happen to the marshmallows based off of what you see in the other two experiments? That's right, the marshmallows are growing. just like the balloon and just like the shaving cream. And that's because the marshmallows themselves also have little air pockets inside that are pushing outward. And just like the other two experiments, as we add outside air back into the chamber, our marshmallows shrink. It's pretty cool, right? Well, we hope you guys had fun watching us do these cool vacuum chamber experiments and you learned something new today.
Hey there, everyone. I do love that vacuum chamber. That was the first science demo that the GEs taught me. It was really, really fun. If you're out there and you want to support, become a member. You can go to chabospace.org, click on Join and Give, and become a member. Right now, members have access to a member site where recordings of live workshops and access to Q&A with talks with our partners with SETI. We have workshop recordings. You can still get discounts with the Town Kitchen, and you will be invited for our members preview day before when we reopen. So if you've been enjoying our new online programming and workshops during the week, please visit chabospace.org to learn more or click Join and Give. Now, what's everybody's favorite thing about Halloween? Go for it. Put it in the chat. If it's costumes, like I'm really stoked on wearing this cape, give me some thumbs up. Or is it candy? Who doesn't love candy? I love candy. Also, as I was going around Chabot tonight, I feel like there was this presence here, like a kind of like a Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of type situation. And I think, hey, Olivia, do you know about this ghost named Boo?
I do know a little something about Boo. We were actually chatting a little earlier. They've got a very special video coming up for you right now, and we're going to learn all about how to make our very own super spooky Halloween treat. Let's see what they're up to.
Boo! Hello everyone and welcome to Boo Bites. It's almost Halloween and you know what that means. Candy. This year might be a little different, but today we're going to learn how to make a special Halloween treat. Today we're making an extra spooky, creepy crawly, ghost themed chocolate bark. So, let's get into it. You'll need 20 ounces of dark chocolate, 10 ounces of white chocolate, and a filling of your choice.
You'll also need a pot with a bowl that fits, a parchment-lined baking dish, a skewer, a spoon, and a rubber spatula. To make our chocolate bark, we're going to start with melted chocolate. You can temper your chocolate, which will give it a nice snap and shine, or you can just melt the chocolate. It'll taste great either way. I'm going to melt my chocolate with 2 different methods today, on the stove and in the microwave. For the stovetop, I'm using a double boiler. So I have a couple inches of water simmering in my pot, and I just want to make sure that the bottom of my bowl doesn't touch the water. We want the steam to warm the bowl. If the water touches the bowl, the chocolate will heat quickly and it could burn, but it looks like we're good. So I'm just going to place my dark chocolate in the bowl and stir it occasionally. This will take a few minutes, so be patient. Once it's melted, I'll head back to the workstation. Pour about half of the melted chocolate into the baking dish. And save the rest for our final layer. Spread it out and add your fillings. Today I'm using pretzels and toffee pieces, but you can add whatever you'd like. Get creative. Pop it in the fridge to cool for about 10 minutes and let's melt the white chocolate.
It's been about 10 minutes now, and our chocolate has hardened around the edges. I've melted our white chocolate in the microwave and reserved a few tablespoons in a separate cup for decorating later. For the microwave method, place your chocolate in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds. Give it a mix and put it back in for 10 to 15 seconds longer, or until it's fully melted. Once our white chocolate is melted and our dark chocolate layer is chilled, we can combine them. So pour your white chocolate on top of the dark chocolate and spread it around. Allow to set in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Now it's time for the fun part. Our bark is chilled and I warmed up my chocolate just a bit so it's nice and spreadable. And we're gonna start decorating. So I'm gonna spread most of the chocolate over the top, keeping just a little bit in the bowl for later, and I'll be right back. Now spoon the reserved white chocolate in little blobs all over the top. Using the end of a skewer, I'm going to drag the white chocolate into these ghoul shapes. I ended up switching to a spoon and found that the wider, flat edge made nicer ghost tails. So feel free to play around. Different things might work differently for you.
And using the backside of my skewer, I'm going to pick up some of this leftover dark chocolate and just add a couple eyes and a mouth.
Allow that to set in the fridge for at least 4 hours or overnight if you can wait. It's been about 8 hours for me, so I'm going to get it out of the pan, cut it into pieces, and we'll be back with reveals. Cut it into whatever size you think is right. I cut mine into 12 pieces, but you could do more or less depending on the size of chocolates that you want. And it's done. If you recreate this at home, we'd love to see it. Tag us at ShabotSpace and let us see your creations. Happy Halloween!
Wow, awesome. Thanks, Boo. That was really cool. I can't wait to try that. Besides partnering with ghosts, oh, and let's learn about more ghosts. One of our cool partners, Scientific Adventures for Girls, has this really cool video on static electricity ghosts. More about this partner after this.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mariana again, and I'm so excited to do this activity with you, but I might need some help. So you might need to help me with something because I think I forgot a step. So I love things that fly. I love birds. I love butterflies. I love bats. I wish I could fly myself, but I can't. But today I want to show how you can make something fly or float right in front of you. So Haley mentioned the materials, so we're going to start with the tissue paper that you might have. If you don't have a tissue paper, actually a Kleenex tissue paper works well too. You just need to separate it so you get the really thin piece. So a thin tissue paper or the wrapping tissue paper. All right. Once you have your piece of tissue paper, you need to imagine something that you want to see fly. So it could be a bird or butterfly. Maybe you want to make it a ghost or a bat. And you're going to draw out the shape. Maybe use your marker to add some eyes and then cut it out. So I'm going to show you all. I think I'm going to make a floating pumpkin here. And maybe also a ghost. So whatever shape you want, maybe you want to make, I don't know, a heart or something. What else do we have? If you have any ideas for what shape you want to make, what you want to see fly, go ahead and put it in the chat. Make a little face for my pumpkin. And this is when you will also cut it out. If you're done making your shape, that might be hard to see. Ooh, someone's making a bird, a star, a ghost, a bat, amazing. A nose for your cat. Ooh, so many great ideas. Ooh, a big bird or a small bird, whatever size you want. That might affect our experiment. So maybe try making two. Make a small shape and a big shape. Ooh, a spider. That would be really cool. I don't know if I'd want to see a flying spider in real life. A fox or a wolf. That's a cool idea. Ooh, an airplane. Very nice. See lots of really cool ideas here. That's my little pumpkin on tissue paper. And I'll try to make one on my Kleenex. And I will say it's very hard to draw on Kleenex because it could rip, but that's okay if it rips. Ooh, an anime character? That would be neat. A pig? Oh, a flying pig. I love it. All right, I'm going to cut out my ghost now using my Kleenex tissue paper. All right. Okay, so these are gonna hopefully fly if the experiment goes right, but I don't want them to just fly out and away. So I'm gonna put a little bit of tape down. If you don't have tape, that should be okay. It is optional. Actually, I'll do one with tape and one without tape and see what happens. All right. Now, the next step, we have our creatures cut out that we want to see fly. Now it's time to get out the balloon. I'm not sure if I showed you this earlier, but this balloon, you might have a different color than me. You're gonna blow it up, but not too big so it pops, just a nice medium size, and then tie it off. Might need some adult help with this. It can sometimes be hard. A little bit more. That's a good size. Oh, not too big because I don't want it to pop. No, don't make it pop. If it does pop, maybe your kit might have an extra balloon in there. And then tie it off, which can sometimes be hard. Great. All right. So we have a balloon and we have our creatures. Now I'm pretty sure if I just put this balloon next to my tissue paper, I think that's what makes it float. Wait. Huh. I definitely forgot a step here, but I can't remember what it is. I mean, does anyone know, maybe they've done this before, how to make something float with a balloon? Wait a minute. Do you see this? What's going on with my hair right now? Someone said static? Oh, yeah, I think I created static when I rubbed this balloon on my hair with friction. Yeah, rubbing it against my hair created some friction and then made some static. So try this. Does this happen to you too? Is it only me? Am I weird? You can try rubbing it on your hair or rubbing it. I have some hair on my arm. Let's see if it also, very hard to see. But my little hairs are standing up on my arm. Okay, I think this was the missing step. Let's try this again. So rub your balloon either on your hair or on your clothes or even on a carpet on your floor. And let's see if this works. Maybe rub it a lot, just in case. Want to make sure it has lots of static. All right. Here's the test. Oh my goodness. Whoa. There's my pumpkin. Let's see. I think I lost some charge. I'm going to recharge. Lots of static. Whoa. There we go. I can make this one stand up because it's taped down. Woo. Cool. Did anyone else get their floating creatures to work? Let's see. Ooh, mine's still floating. I wonder if it'll work on the pumpkin. Whoa! Great. Eliana got hers to work. Oh, now my hair is very frizzy. So why is this happening? This is actually very interesting. So when you're rubbing your balloon on your head, you're actually moving electrons that are on your head onto the balloon. And electrons are very, very, very small parts of atoms that we can't see. But when we rub our balloon on our head or on our clothes or on the ground, we're putting electrons from our hair or our clothes onto the balloon. So now this balloon is negatively charged. But our tissue papers are positively charged. So the positive actually likes to get attracted to the negative, and that will make it float. So after a while, the electrons come off and it won't make them float anymore. So you got to recharge it. Add those electrons onto your balloon, and then, woo, make your creatures float. Woohoo. And it looks like a really cool magic trick, but it's really just science. Awesome. Thank you everyone for helping me with that. I knew I had forgotten a step, but it was to charge my balloon. So now let's go over to Haley for a final colorful demonstration.
That was fun.
That was really great. Scientific Adventures for Girls is one of our really incredible community partners here at Chabot Space and Science Center, and they're doing really great work in the Oakland community. Scientific Adventures for Girls is a nonprofit organization that provides after-school STEM programs to TK through 5th grade children with a special focus on girls and underserved youth. Their goal is to close the gender and minority achievement gap in STEM, increase hands-on learning opportunities, and encourage lifelong learning of STEM topics. You can learn more about Scientific Adventures for Girls at scientificadventures.org and consider making a donation to support their work in STEM education. Up next, we have one of my favorite demos that our Galaxy Explorers do. Let's check out what they're doing with Shaboo Bubbles.
Hi, my name is Julie,
Hi, my name is Jada.
and today we'll be working on blue bubbles.
So we have our food coloring. We have our soapy water with string.
We have our dry ice.
We also have our containers for the water, and we're gonna put our dry ice in there.
And we also have toys. So now we're going to pour the food coloring in the containers.
We're mixing red and purple, and hopefully we can get some cool colors from them.
We're gonna mix the food coloring.
So now we're gonna fill up the rest of the containers with food coloring. And we're gonna put dry ice in all of these.
So this is dry ice. It is frozen carbon dioxide. It is really cold, so we have to use our gloves.
So the smoke that's coming from the dry ice is carbon dioxide. Dry ice is carbon dioxide, and what's happening is sublimation. So when you put the dry ice into the containers, more smoke comes from it. And when you put soapy water over the top, that traps the carbon dioxide, creating bubbles. Sublimation is when a solid skips the liquid phase and goes straight to a gas. So that's what's happening with the dry ice.
We're putting more dry ice to the big container.
And now we're going to cover it with the soapy string just to trap the carbon dioxide. Sublimation is the conversion between solid and gaseous phases of matter with no intermediate liquid stage. What's happening with the dry ice is that the dry ice is skipping its liquid stage. That's why it's releasing the gas and kind of looks like smoke. The gas is coming from the bowls, and the liquid, the soapy water, is keeping the carbon dioxide trapped. That's why there's a bubble.
Hello again. Thanks. If you just joined us on YouTube or Facebook, welcome to Chabot Space and Science's Spooky Science Show. I wanted to do a couple shout outs tonight. Right now, shout out to members and everyone that's participated with our asking of your costumes. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have a show of everyone's costumes that they're wearing. Erica, Stephanie, talking to you. Thank you very much. Also, big shout out right now, with all the noise with the election and California fires and COVID and everything else out there, a big shout out to Alameda Compliance for coming through and a very generous gift to help us with equipment and just a generous gift so that we can actually up our game for our online presence and events. Alameda Compliance, advisors you can trust. Go to chabotspace.org to donate, join, and buy a gift. This year, gifting memberships, we will actually give, once you gift a membership, we will gift one to a teacher out there, because our teachers, we want to support our teachers as much as possible. If you can't do that right now, share your story with us. Post something on social media. We would love to hear your stories, what you're looking forward to, or pass our stories along. That would be really, really helpful. Hey, so tonight, we've been talking about all these partners. Hey, Olivia, what's another partner that we have here at Chabot?
So up next, we're going to learn something super special from our friends and neighbors over at East Bay Regional Parks District. They're another one of our valued partners and located right next door at Redwoods Regional Park, or Roberts Regional Park. We love working with our friends at East Bay Parks, and we have collaborated together with their naturalists on our virtual hike programs. Hopefully soon we can join each other for a safe, socially distanced in-person hike coming this spring, so keep your eyes peeled. Let's take a look at this video by East Bay Parks all about spider myths.
Hey everyone, Naturals Trent here. Today we're going to debunk 3 common California spider myths in 60 seconds. Here we go.
Myth number 1, black widows are deadly. You've probably spent your entire life hearing about how deadly black widows are, but a case study in 2011 reviewed over a decade of poison control center data in the US and found 0 reported fatalities from black widow bites. Another case study reviewed all available world medical records of widow bites and found no known cases of death in the US and only 3 worldwide. These data show us black widows in California are not deadly. Myth number 2, someone you know was bitten by a brown recluse in California. Here's a spider with a bad reputation for biting people and creating necrotic lesions. But guess what? It doesn't live in California. You can't get bitten by a spider that can't be found in your state. Myth number 3, the daddy longlegs is the most venomous spider on Earth. Turns out the animal that most people call daddy longlegs isn't a spider at all, but a type of arachnid called a harvestman. Harvestmen have neither venom nor fangs. They subdue their prey by holding it with their pedipalps and biting it. There it is, 3 common California spider myths debunked in 60 seconds.
Whoa, that was really cool and fast. I love fast talkers. I am not a fast talker. You know, one of the things I really, just watching that video, my good older brother, not old, but older brother, one time he caught a black widow spider, and, you know, we put it in an aquarium, feeding it bugs and stuff. It was really cool. And then one day it made a tiny little egg sac. Well, you know, I think the aquarium was probably like, if my head, yeah, about that big. And once that egg sac hatched, there was a lot of tiny little spiders. And one day, before we left to school, we had noticed all these little spiders and all of these tiny little webs all around this crazy little tiny aquarium. By the time, you know, and I remember leaving and I was like, hey, did you see this crack in the glass? And I was like, that wasn't there before. By the time we came home after school, the whole aquarium had just imploded. And then me and my brother freaked out so much that we ran to the store and bought like 10 different bug bombs, you know, those cans that you sit in the middle of the room. Just so before our parents got home, we had set off all these bug bombs. Anyway, that's just a little story on black widows that I have. We've come to the night where we get to make a cocktail. Disclaimer, kids, don't drink alcohol until the given age. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. But adults, it's your time of the night. You know, hey, grab a cocktail if you don't have everything in this video that we're coming up. But check out this awesome drink video by Medusa.
Hello, welcome. I'm Lisa Hoover, Programs Manager here at Chabot, with tonight's drink recipe. It's a sour apple martini with homemade gummy snakes. These snakes are a lot of fun if you have kids or if you just want to be the ultimate party host. You'll find the recipe for this and all of tonight's recipes on our event page. Speaking of recipes, here's what you'll need to get started. To make the gummy snakes, start with 2 cups of hot water. Add the Jell-O and the 3 unflavored gelatin packets. Mix thoroughly and slowly incorporate the whipping cream. Stir until smooth. Allow the mixture to set for 10 minutes. That will allow the gelatin to set. Next, prepare the straws. If they have corrugated sections, trim the edges just at the corrugated end. That will allow you to grip the end when it's time to release the snakes. Use a rubber band to stand the straws tightly together in a tall cup or bowl. Nextly, pour half of the mixture into the straws. Some of it will fill the container, and that's normal. You can also place the straws in a weighted rectangular container, allowing the straws to fill from the sides. Place the straws in the freezer for about 15 minutes, and then fill the tops with the remaining liquid and chill again. Apples are in season every fall. So is Medusa. You'll find her in the night sky in the constellation Perseus. So while we wait for our gummy snakes to harden, let's find out more. I'll be back. In Greek mythology, Medusa was a Gorgon with hair of snakes. One glance upon her hideous face would turn anyone to stone. In astronomy, she's represented by the star Algol, an Arabic name meaning demon star or ghoul. That's why she's so closely associated with Halloween. Her head is tightly clutched in the hand of the constellation Perseus, her conqueror. Upon closer inspection, Algol is actually multiple stars that revolve around each other. They appear as one to us due to their close proximity. But about every 20 hours or so, she appears to wink or dim. Don't watch me too close. You too might turn to stone. Once you remove the straws from the refrigerator, let them sit for at least 5 minutes or run them under warm water to loosen them. To extract the snakes, pinch the corrugated end and slowly push the mixture out of the straws. Now it's time to assemble the cocktail. We're going to start with our gummy snakes. For the alcoholic version, I'm going to start with 2 ounces of sour apple pucker here, 2 ounces of green apple vodka, and then a tablespoon of sweet and sour mix. Now garnish the Blue Star alcohol. That's our drink for tonight. Back to you, host.
Man, I really wish I could try one of those. Oh, hey, does everyone have one of these? This can, of course, be made with or without alcohol, or you can just make the gummy worms if you want a squirmy treat for fun. But I really wish Medusa were here. Oh, and there she is. You know, I went to one of her parties recently, and she really is the hostess with the mostest, so I'm expecting big things from this. What do you say? To Medusa. It's pretty good. Up next, we're going to hear from our very own resident extraterrestrial, Haley, and we'll learn a little something about the pH of dry ice. Let's see what she's up to.
I've been sitting here and I've been thinking a lot about this dry ice stuff that we were using earlier. And, you know, it's actually not that unfamiliar. I saw some dry ice on my way over here to planet Earth. I actually saw it on the planet before I get to Earth. It's red, it's round. Does anyone know what the planet next to Earth is? It's kind of red. It starts with an M. Mars. Oh my gosh, all of you have got it. It was Mars. I was flying past Mars and I looked at planet Mars. And did you know what I saw? I saw ice caps on planet Mars. Just like Earth, we have the ice on the top and the bottom of our planet. That's really cold. You have the Arctic and Antarctica. And you know, I've been there too, and it's pretty cold. But Mars's ice caps are not made of water ice so much. There's a little bit. But did you know that Mars's ice caps are made of dry ice? Did you know that? Why do you think Mars might have ice caps made of dry ice? Remember, dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide. So do you think there's a lot of carbon dioxide on Mars or something? Why do you think there might be dry ice, polar ice caps there? You know, the last time I went to Mars, it did have a lot of carbon dioxide. It's really cold, even though Mars looks red. It's average temperature is -80 degrees Fahrenheit, which on the polar ice caps, it's even colder. It's less than -109 degrees, which is cold enough to turn dry ice into dry ice, or carbon dioxide into dry ice. But there's also a lot of carbon dioxide in Mars's atmosphere. Have you heard of an atmosphere before? On Earth, you have this really wonderful atmosphere, let me tell you. I've been to a lot of planets. Earth's atmosphere is the best it gets. It has lots of oxygen and nitrogen and carbon dioxide, and there's a lot of good things up there. But on Mars, its atmosphere is about 95% carbon dioxide gas. I don't think any of you humans would really like living there, but I've been there and I'm okay because remember, I'm an alien and I can breathe it. But if we were to go there, do you think we'd be able to breathe that carbon dioxide gas very well? Probably not. Might not be very safe for us. So we have to wear, helmets and space suits when y'all humans go out up there into space. But I wanted to do kind of a cool demonstration with this dry ice because on Mars, I heard that they use this interesting thing called a pH indicator. And if I can get this open. It's this special solution that can tell us the pH of a solution. Has any of you ever heard of pH before? What do you think pH stands for, or what can pH tell us about something? I'll put this down a little bit. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this pH indicator into my beakers. While I do that, I would love it while you're typing into the chat what you think pH is. Also go ahead and give me an observation of what color do you notice our water turns when we add our pH indicator inside of it. Oh, this one's a little different. What does that mean? Mysteries. Okie doke. So pH, let's see. pH is a measure of how acidic or basic water is. It tests the acidity. We're seeing that there's kind of a purple color, kind of a blue color. This one kind of looks red to me. Mysterious. The water's changing color. Yes, so this pH stuff, it's like a scale. Have you all heard of a ruler before? We use rulers here on Earth, and I use a ruler out in space to measure how long things are, or we use a thermometer to measure temperature. Well, this thing called a pH scale, this actually tells us how acidic or basic something is. And it has numbers in it. It goes all the way from 0 to 14, and anything that's in this range, this lower range from 0 to 6, if something has a pH of 0 to 6, that means it's acidic. If it has a pH of 8 to 14, that means it's basic. And if it has a pH of 7, that means it's neutral, like water. And this solution is an indicator. So it tells us the pH of this liquid based on its color. So I'm going to drop this dry ice into our pH indicator solution, which is currently water. And I would love for you to help me make some observations. Are you ready? All right. Let's see. What do you notice when we add dry ice into our solution? And if you've done this before, then that's wonderful. You can help me figure out the science because I still don't fully understand what's happening here. It's changing colors. It went from purplish to bluish to now kind of a yellow. Now add one more. Very interesting. Let's see if the same thing happens here. Looks like we've got our purple turning into kind of a green, quickly to yellow. It looks like it's making bubbles and steam just like before. We're still adding dry ice to water, so it's, remember, sublimating, turning from that solid into a gas really, really quickly. Looks like it's boiling up because all of that gas is being released. Oh, interesting, yes. So based on my pH scale, blue means neutralish and red means acidic. So when I add dry ice to our water, it turns our water from a close to neutral solution into an acidic solution. So that means this water is no longer regular water. Its chemistry has changed. And that means its pH has gone down. It's in that lower side. And if you've ever heard of soda before, I tried soda the other day. Humans really like it, but you may have heard of soda, it's carbonated, and this is similar to how they carbonate soda. It forms this acid called carbonic acid. So when we add dry ice or carbon dioxide to water, it makes water more acidic because it produces an acid. It's pretty cool, and I think I'm gonna have to take it back to my planet.
I love the word sublimation. It's so good. I feel like there needs to be a song about it. Like, remember Schoolhouse Rock and all those cool catchy tunes? Someone write me a song about sublimation, please, and send it over to us, because that would be awesome. We've come to the sweet part of the show where we get to show off all these costumes that everyone sent us in. But before that, don't forget, there's that nice little donate button down there. Every gift is significant. If you can sacrifice tomorrow's cookie and coffee for $5 today, we would really appreciate that. So don't forget, there's that donate button right there, right below the screen. Also, you can go to chabospace.org and click on join and give. So with that, we've come to that awesome part where we get to see some costumes. Roll it. Thank you all for sending those out. It was great. Olivia, I think it's that time.
It feels like time to me. I'd really like to get my groove on right now. So we're gonna take a little trip with our very good friend, DJ B1. DJ B1 is a multidisciplinary artist across many mediums, dissolving boundaries between familiar and unknown. The DJ sets can be described as energetic, feel-good, original, and fun, blending all styles of the best music into unique ways that get you moving, always upward. Flashing lights warning, there will be a couple flashing lights, so if you're sensitive to that, feel free to take a little bathroom break and join us in a few minutes. Let's listen up now and get our dancing shoes on.
DJ B1, thanks for putting that together for us. Hope you're being safe out there. Can't wait to see you back here and getting people grooving again. We're getting close, folks. Can you believe it's almost Halloween? Hey, don't forget to vote, stay safe, wear a mask. Visit ShabotSpace.org, click join and give, donate. Remember, if you will gift this gifting season of the gift of membership, we will give one to a teacher out there. So, consider it. Post this on Instagram. Hey, Olivia, what else is coming up with Chabot?
We have a lot of virtual content every week, but tomorrow in particular, we have an extra special spooky virtual telescope viewing on Halloween night. Tomorrow night, we have a blue moon on Halloween. Can you believe it? So this Halloween, we are lucky to see this sight that only comes around every once in a while. The last time we had a full moon on Halloween was in 2001. And this year is extra special because it's a rare blue moon. And this will be the first blue moon on Halloween since 1944. Celebrate this special night with Chabot's astronomers for a very rare virtual telescope viewing. Together we will observe and learn all about the blue moon with a presentation and a virtual look at the moon through Chabot's most powerful telescope, Nellie. Weather permitting, we will see the moon, Mars, and more deep sky objects. You can also tune in every Friday evening at 7 p.m. for a variety of engaging programming that you can enjoy and participate in from home. You can also tune in every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. for live virtual telescope viewings with our resident astronomers. Be sure to visit our website, ShabotSpace.org, and click the events button to see a complete listing of all of our virtual programming. And I'll send it back to you, Eric, with our closing message.
Before we go, I'd love to let some other people say hi. Lisa, you out there?
I'm here. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope each and every one of you have a safe and fun Halloween. Medusa is signing off.
Well, we really appreciate you, Lisa. Olivia, thanks for co-hosting. It was really a pleasure. It's just awesome to see that face in that awesome costume. Olivia made that costume. It's really special. We appreciate you tuning in tonight, welcoming us into your homes once again for this spooky Shaboo Space and Science Center show. Please consider supporting our institution during this time. We play a vital role in STEM education in the Bay Area. Don't forget that little donate button. Any size gift is significant. If you're out there and you have a local business, we love the local support. We can sponsor shows like this or other science shows. So you can reach us at info@ShabotSpace.org. And I think that's it. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Bye.